Hi, this is Amanda with the next episode of Pot Water Presents. On today's episode, I have the lovely Rose Velasco coaching. Dun dun dun. So that's my little signboard. It's new and the light doesn't work. So my husband's going to fix that later. But hi, Rose. Thanks for coming on. And she does know it's recording. She had to help me figure that out. So we have a new format today. We're side by side. We can almost like high five each other. Boom.
Oops, I almost went off screen. Would that be cool
Oh,
if my hand went through and actually hit your hand on the other side?
right? We need to learn how to do like a smack sound.
Schmack.
Smack. Well, thank you so much for coming on my channel today. I'm so excited to talk to you. We chatted a little bit earlier. And this is kind of special for me because I'm almost a year into my sobriety. And so that's why I'm so excited to have you come on and learn about your passions and what your favorite things are to get you through it. So with on that
Nice.
note, I'm going to let you take the floor.
Thank you so much for having me aboard the Amanda Potwater boat. So let's see. I'm Rose Velasco. I'm the owner of Rose Velasco Coaching and the ECS Health Club. If you're not familiar with the ECS is, if you know Amanda, then you know it's the endocannabinoid system. Right now it's currently an online school that has I have two courses on there right now, one for herbal medicine and the other one is a sustainable sobriety system. So, you know, um, I feel like I tried so many different ways of getting sober several times over my lifetime. Like I didn't even really learn how to become an alcoholic until I was somewhere in my 30s. I used to be able to put a half a beer back in the fridge and be okay with it, and my alcoholic ex-husband hated that. um and then I met a guy who was like really good at drinking, and then I got really good at drinking and we were together for like 6 years. So, yeah, I learned how all the good things about drinking, which turned out years later that weren't all that good. Um, what do you want to know? Like, what do I do to stay sober? Or
Yeah, like how do you incorporate cannabis to help you stay sober?
Oh, okay. So it's not just cannabis that I use, but cannabis was my gateway drug to get out of drinking so much. And um, so it all started like I used to have really bad anxiety and especially social anxiety. And so when I would go out, I felt really awkward, kind of like, what do I do with my hands? If I didn't have a drink and a cigarette in my hand, I would like, I don't know what I would do. And I would just start getting anxious. And then I would want to like go or something. And, and it was just awkward being in public. So I got a brand new personality. I like personality came with the alcohol, it's just like little QR code inside the box. No, that's not what it was. But um and then I just started to lean on that, and smoking cannabis was also something that gave me anxiety. So I and this was like 2007 to 2010. I stopped smoking. I mean, I used to smoke recreationally, since I was knee high to a grasshopper. We used to steal joints out of my friend's dad's glove box in his car in Sunny Slope back in the like 80s, early 80s. So um we that was just a thing I did for many, many years. And then I think because of the way that craft cannabis went and it started getting really, really strong, it wasn't like it was back in the day. And one hit would get me off the rocker, and I would start getting anxiety from that. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to stop. I don't need to do that. But then shortly, I would say, let me see. Let me back. So I'm trying to go through time this way. In I was a Harley mechanic for 15 years, and I taught at the Motorcycle Mechanics Institute and the factory in Milwaukee for 2.
That's
And then,
badass.
and I was like, you know, I wanted to get out of that industry because I really got tired of all the grease and the chemicals and stuff. And I knew that my body wasn't going to do it. I was getting older and I knew my body wasn't going to be able to do this for the rest of my life. And I had a horrible tendency to spend all my money at the bar instead of saving it. So uh, I got out, I escaped that industry, and I didn't know what to do with myself. So I went back into the industry, and then I ended up going to Southwest Institute of Healing Arts. And this was in 2014, I started. So really, it was a 2-year program, associate's degree for holistic healthcare practitioner. I learned all kinds of the fun woo-woo things like yoga and life coaching and urban farming, which is like permaculture, which is really cool. And what else? What else did I learn? Okay, so I'm certified life coach, holistic healthcare practitioner, yoga teacher, urban farmer. I think that's it. But there was all these other classes like polarity and Reiki and hypnotherapy and all this other stuff that
Ooh.
I had to do. So we just had to take little of the, like it was mandatory to take in the bigger picture of it. Well, 4 years later, I finally leave the school. So um, and it's true. There's a saying, once you start walking the halls of Sweha, you never leave. And it's that way for a lot of people. I did start working at their yoga studio, Spirit of Yoga, and I love that school so much. And I can go back and take any of those classes. That's called auditing them for free for life, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
and like if I want to go brush up on my urban farming, I can do that. If I want to brush up on my life coaching, I can do that. If I want to go back and brush up on my yin yoga or restorative yoga, I can go do that. And it's all for free. Some of the other classes you have to pay for if they're premium classes, like yoga nidra. I'm a certified yoga nidra facilitator, which is a guided meditation similar to hypnotherapy, but we use all of the parts of the brain instead of just the back right of the brain, which hypnotherapy uses, from my understanding.
And it is
Um,
phenomenal. I was so honored to be a part of your class the other day, and it was wow. There aren't even big enough words on this planet to explain the transformational. Yeah, it was
Thank
just that
you.
good. It was so amazing. And like I want to go back and watch the video because like it was an out of body experience. It was phenomenal, and I'm so excited to do it again. So thank you for sharing your gifts with all of us too. And if
You're
anybody gets a
welcome.
chance to go check out Rose classes, go.
I think I have a couple. Ooh, actually, they might not be free on my YouTube page because what I do is I upload them all to my YouTube page and I have my online school, the ECS Health Club, and
Okay.
it's a part of that. So I know that with through WeCan, Women Empowered Cannabis Advocacy Network, I know that they have a library of my yoga nidras. So if you want those, you have to become a member of WeCan.
We can't, we can't, we can't.
So that is one of the things that I do to stay sober because it helps me with my mindset and it really helps to ease the anxiety and social anxiety that drove me to drinking in the first place. Um, and it also it helps to heal on a subconscious level from trauma in your life. So if there's any, they're called samskaras. So if you have like, I always use this one for an example. Let's say you're in high school and you have a boyfriend that cheats on you with a redhead or something, and then going through life, you don't trust your husband, boyfriend, whatever that you're in with near a redhead, and you're like, I hate redheads, well, that's a samskara because you
Okay.
like this trauma of this, your first love broke your heart. Well, that's sitting as in your blueprint of your bliss body. And so our bliss body is our blueprint. And what happens is our subconscious refers to these little scars that are in this blueprint, and sometimes we don't even realize that we are reacting to situations and we don't know why. And, maybe we'll be like, oh, why'd you get so pissed off when blah, blah happened? Well, I don't know. Like, it just really bugs me. Like, I used to hate Axl Rose's voice. Well, I don't really hate Axl Rose's voice that much anymore. It just doesn't bother me anymore. I don't have to change the station because I feel like my ears are going to start bleeding, So yoga nidra, a lot of people think I'm saying yoga ninja, but no, it's not
That would
yoga
be cool.
ninja.
Maybe you could start that too.
It's yoga nidra with a D. And that's a big part. I have such a passion about that. And that is a part of my coaching with Rose Velasco coaching. And then I have a lot of steps. So the first step is mindset, and it's mindset work, and it's about finding something that you're passionate about. It's discovering how you really want to live your life. Like, you're not living the life that you absolutely want because you have to do this to survive, and you have to do this to survive, and you have to do this, and you got to do the dishes, and you have to fold laundry. But, um, who knows? Maybe someday I will be in a place where I can always send my clothes to the dry cleaner, or I can have somebody else fold them for me. Um, but we're not there yet. Basically what I'm getting at is I had a vision. I made a vision. I created a vision by journaling, by meditating on what I wanted, the life that I wanted to live, what I wanted to wear, where I wanted to live, how I wanted to carry myself through life, um, and how I wanted to interact with people and communicate people, all the way down to the tone that I am speaking with people. And it got very detailed with that vision, and I wrote it down. And I didn't just write it down once, because the vision changes sometimes. You have to go with the flow and ebb and flow of life. So that's the first step, is to have a vision, have a goal, and then you have something to work towards. So my the very first thing was I didn't want to wake up regretting what I just did over the past 3 or 4 days of drinking. I felt like crap. I didn't want to get out of bed. I was depressed. I was beating myself up mentally and verbally. And the only thing that would fix it was like the worst food in the world. And that's another thing, I'm certified holistic nutritionist. Sweet, yeah, thank you. um, so I didn't want to do that anymore. And I didn't want to do that several times that I did it. So it would be a month before I'd go on a drinking binge again. But then I'd still come to that space where I'm like, oh, oops, I did it again, And so I just, one time I woke up and I decided that I wasn't going to do it. And that was September 5th of 2021. So I woke up and decided I didn't want to do that anymore. And then I started just doing everything that I learned at Sweha. And I said, I'm just going to use all of this knowledge that I learned, and that I'm going to practice it on myself. I started doing the yoga nidra. I started eating better for myself. I started being patient and kind with myself. One of the big things is I read my tarot, and I have a goddess deck. This is the book for it. It's
Okay.
so amazing. Oh my gosh. And it gives you, like, in the back, it tells you like the different spreads to do and stuff like that.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, and I work Sunday through Wednesday. Before I even, like, I get up, I make a cup of coffee, I go back in my room, and I'm like, I make my bed. It makes me make my bed, because that's a thing. One of my very best friends said, I think it was her mom that told her, if you don't get anything else done in a day, at least make your bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I make my bed, and that's a good start. That's a good habit to get into. And what I was doing was changing my habits from disempowering habits that were destroying my life to empowering habits that were going to help me create this future that I wanted. And so every Thursday morning I read my tarot, and then I pick a a moonology card, Moonology by Yasmin.
I've
Um,
got those.
yeah, Trisha. Thank you, Trish.
Thank you,
and then
Trisha.
and then I do the Ascended Masters. I open the
Okay.
Ascended Masters, and these are all like today I got Follow Your Heart, because I lay these cards out when I'm reading my other cards, because I'm like, you guys got to watch this, you know? And then I'm like, all right, so here's my card. Here's what I'm pulling for cards. And I go through the journey of reading the cards. And then, okay, who's going to support me on this? Who's going to help me show me the
Ah,
way? And I
okay.
got Merlin this morning.
Oh,
Yep. And I got St. Francis, Follow Your Heart. So these are all the Ascended Masters, King Solomon, the Green Man, Lakshmi, they're
yeah.
all, yeah, they're all from all the different places. So
That's really cool. I haven't seen one like that before.
yeah, this is, so if you, in case you want to,
Okay.
Doreen, yeah. So that's a really cool deck. I got that from like a yoga yard sale, if that makes sense. And then I think this is probably my fifth journal, because I well, I try to do it every morning, but I don't always. And I have a journal for my bitches, and I have a journal for my for what I want to happen, you know.
Okay.
So I know that I hardly ever pick up my journal for my bitches. Like when I'm like, I can't stand this anymore. I just don't really feel like I'm needing, if I really need to get something off of my chest, then I'll write it in there. But this is my manifestation journal. And I always tell myself good things in here, and I'll write down like I am affirmations, like I am rocking it. 2023 is my year. And sometimes, I mean, I just got rid of, and I burned a bunch of my old journals that I felt were dragging me down and taking up space on my bookshelf. They were about boyfriends, and this one sucks, and that one sucks, and this one, and that's why. And so I don't need to carry around this heavy negative energy anymore.
Right.
I'm going to change it. So I'm a big energetic and spiritual person, and that's what for me. It's not for everybody, but I find that I have a spiritual team, and that's the Ascended Masters, the guardian angels, the energies of the universe, the universal energies, which I choose to call God, but it's different than what most people think of as God. Most people are like, curse God, that he's gonna, like, get you with lightning bolts if you swear or whatever. No, no, no. I believe that this universal energy is male and female energies, like the yin yang, and that and they're supportive for us. We are meant to be happy, abundant, loving, human, experiences. So I have kind of, I guess, created my own God, you know, and that works for me because that's what I need to help me stay sober. And I feel so fucking supported, especially the guardian angels. I don't know if you know anything about angel numbers, but
Yeah.
I'm real big on angel numbers. And I'm driving on the freeway to work, and 2 days ago, yesterday, I was literally buzzing with bliss. And that is one of the things that I want to feel. I mean, I had like little welling up in my eyes because I was having such a good conversation with my God, with the universe. I was first saying how grateful. That's one thing I do, is I wake up every morning and I say what I'm grateful about. I'm so very grateful for this bed and this roof over my head. I'm grateful for my friend who rents me a room. I'm grateful for my son. I'm grateful for my other friend who helped me get a job when I needed it most. And I go through that list. I'm grateful for my shower, because if you've ever lived without a shower or a bathtub, then you may, it's the little things, and
Yeah.
it really helps you to not take advantage of life when you really feel that gratitude in your heart for all of those things. So those are some of the things that I do. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I I have it's not like I haven't had alcohol cross my lips in the past year and a half. When I went to Hawaii, I wanted to get a bottle of that ocean vodka. I believe it comes from springs that are in the ocean, that are coming out of the ground in the ocean. So I had some of that, I didn't get crazy. I didn't want to drink afterwards. I just wanted to, hey, I'm going to do this. But
Experience it.
yeah, and the thing is, I'm being mindful, and I'm not beating myself up over it. I'm giving myself room to experience. But because of the mindset work that I do, which is a huge part, like all of these books, all of this stuff, You Can Heal Your Life, Project 369, the yamas and the niyamas. These are the like basically two of the rules, if you want to call them, in yoga, that consist of the do's and the don'ts. Kind of like the 10 commandments. There's 5 of each, but it's very laid out. It's about self-love and being a right person and stuff. Non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, non-excess, non-possessiveness, purity, contentment, self-discipline, self-study, and surrender. Those are the
Okay.
yamas and the niyamas. So that is a really good book if you ever want to. This book has changed my life, and reading it after and using these principles after I became sober has helped me a lot more than when I wasn't sober and I was
Okay.
being I was actually teaching yoga and stuff in studios and stuff. So, oh, here's another one. I love this one. And this one I suggest in my sustainable sobriety. And I call it sustainable because, like I said, I have had a drink or two and I don't go back,
Mm-hmm.
because I know better. It's not like I'm, oh my God, I fucked up. Might as well get drunk now. No, that's not me.
Right.
So, Freedom from Addiction. This is Deepak Chopra and
Okay.
David Simon, and they take the 12 steps from AA and reframe them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I bet that's really good. I'll have to look that one up.
So I'm not actually it's not like I'm not. What is that? What is the one where it says that you're um what is the one? Let me look at it. I'm just going to read something out of here. We admit we are powerless over alcohol, that our lives have become unmanageable. Instead, you can word that as, okay, we can restate. Hold on. Where does he say that? How am I reading glasses on? We can reframe the first step to say, as a spiritual being, I recognize that my ego is not the real me and has no real power. An ego-based life seeking security through control, power, or approval is difficult to manage.
Yes. I
So
love that.
yeah, I really enjoy how these are reworded. And then of course, Debbie Ford, The Best Year of Your Life.
Okay.
Whom was also an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
So these are some of my tools. And then of course, cannabis. So what I did, let's get to the cannabis. Oh, and look what I bought.
Oh,
I haven't tried it yet.
I was gonna say, do you love it? Have you tried any yet?
No, I haven't tried any yet. I haven't tried any yet.
I'll
But
have to get it and we'll have to like have a cocktail night on Zoom together.
yeah, at one of the token talks.
Yeah. Oh, that would be great.
Yeah. So what I do have, oh, wrong one. So what I also do, oh, here's another thing. I microdose mushrooms. So I have 1 gram in 1 cup of honey. And I put the mushrooms into and I first started doing this for depression. And then I stopped feeling that depression and I started using it for creativity. So I'll go 3 weeks using, and all I'll do, see, all the mushrooms float to the top. So you have to stir it up really good. a friend of mine was telling me she was using this for depression, and this was shortly after I got into like shortly after I stopped using alcohol. Um, alcohol is a medicine. Dumb.
Been there, done
So
that. No judgment here.
so what so I stir it up really good, and then all I do, and I do this before I go to sleep at night, and then I just lick off the chopstick. So it's really
Really?
just a small microdose,
Okay.
and it has helped me. Mm.
Just like that.
It has helped me so much with
I
depression and with creativity. I'll do it for about 3 weeks, and I won't do it for about a month,
okay.
and then I'll
I'd
go
love to
back and
talk to you more about that later.
yeah. And Kiona is knows a lot more about mushrooms. Like she's done this stuff with Ellen, tripping with Ellen, uh, uh, who's on Instagram. Ellen Wu,
Okay.
I think is her name. Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
that is a big that thing that has helped me out a lot. And
Okay.
then I got my cannabis. So you're probably wondering green and red. So green is safe. It's CBD. Green means go. Red means
Okay.
watch out. You might get high.
Watch out. Wait, but then you gotta don't panic.
Don't
It's
panic. It's
organic.
organic. Nice. And then so let's talk about how I do it. I I prefer dry herb vaping because it's non-carcinogenic and you can vape through the terpene ranges. So instead of putting fire to a bud and getting all your terpenes in one hit, and that's why you're going to get that massive rush of effect right away. You can actually, I have this little yo can, and it was only like $50. It was one of the cheapest ones. You have to hit it uh 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then you can go through the ranges of temperature, and then you just put the ground up cannabis flower in there, put the magnetic lid on there, and then it'll tell you when it gets, oh, the battery's on. Oh, I guess it's not that bad. Anyways, and then you hold it and it'll get to that temperature, and then it'll tell you, well, when you want to turn it off, it says, take care.
So how do you know like which temperature to go to get which terpene? Like how do you does it
I have a list, and when we were going through CCI, I got a little confused about there is a list, but I think some of them were swapped or something, then it got me
oh,
really confused. So I've found several different um charts
okay.
online, visual charts, and then I made a list, so I don't have that list near me. And then my volcano, so this is a volcano that is I'm going to show you. This thing's insane. So it's got the little it's a convection, so it's going to blow hot air through this little doohickey here, and that's where you put, it's got a little screen, and you put your ground up cannabis flower in there. um and then I'm going to put a pinch of CBD, and I'm going to put a pinch of THC, and this is so I don't get too whacked out and I can still function, because I am such a cheap date when it comes to weed. I should start saying that different. I'm so lightweight when it comes to cannabis. And that was one of the things is I had to learn. And one of the reasons why I ended up going to CCI is because I wanted to learn how to take cannabis without getting panic attacks. And it all started with edibles and tinctures and infusions and stuff like that. So I could start low, go slow, and build up my tolerance level so I could actually get the benefit from THC without having that adverse reaction, which is, you know, oh my God, my heart's beating so fast. Am I having a panic? Am I going to die? Oh, I know I'm not going to die, but so, um, And I don't use it as a crutch because I want to feel high like I was feeling when I was drunk. I dance better when I'm high. So when I go to see music,
Yeah,
my friends' bands and stuff like that, I like to take a hit and then go out there and dance. I feel more expressive. Um, and I feel like the music runs through me, and I really feel like cannabis helps with the healing modality of dancing because I feel dancing and moving your body is moving the energies, and then um, and that you can get that benefit as well. So they go
right.
hand in hand with me. Um, the volcano has different, I found on the website what the temperature ranges are for
Oh,
the wind,
okay. Yeah.
So um that's another thing that I do with here with the different I start low and then go up. But I mean, come on, this bag is gigantic. And you put that on the top. And then let's see. Okay, that light down there is still red.
Okay.
Oh, this middle light hasn't lit up, so it's not to temp yet. I'll just turn it down a little and wait for it. I don't like to keep this on there because then it's kind of getting too hot. I like to wait till
Okay.
that warms up and then put this on top. So that is, I don't know, that might be kind of loud over there by the mic. That's dry herb vaping. My second favorite is going to be a pipe, just taking like one hit here, one hit there, or something like that. Um, and then I like edibles. And so being a cook, I love to experiment and infuse anything and everything that I can get my hands on. And my favorite as of yet has been making hollandaise sauce, which it's a vegan hollandaise sauce.
Okay.
It's a recipe I got offline and then tweaked it to satisfy my own taste. And then I call it bollandaise sauce.
I love it. Love it.
And then goat cheese. So I love the making the goat cheese. I try to get the I try to get, if I can, goat milk from a farmer because then it's not pasteurized and it's
Hmm.
got a higher fat content to it. But if I have to get the full fat goat milk from Sprouts or Whole Foods or something, I'll do that. And that's usually what I do because there's not many goat farmers out here in the desert.
Now, what would you say your least favorite thing you've ever infused is?
Hold on a second. My headphones are making you sound like um a robot.
It might just be my voice.
Oh, talk again.
I said it might just be my voice too. Who knows?
No, I don't think it's your voice. It sounds funny though. I wonder what it's gonna sound like when I get high.
I was just gonna say, and you haven't even smoked yet.
Okay, so then we want to put this on here. And we're gonna let it go. And it's gonna fill up. Oh yeah, you can see it. Oh, and because my roommate doesn't like weed smoke in the house because he's got a 16-year-old daughter, remember this toilet
Yeah.
paper roll with a.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna show you, where did I set those? What I want to send you to have you
Oh,
try.
all right, we're gonna stop that, pull it off, and then pop the little thing. So it doesn't come out the end until you
Oh,
push the lever in. Oh, and it smells so good. And it tastes like terpenes because I've got it really low.
oh wow.
But that is
That's
awfully big. And because I mean, it doesn't really look like there's much in there, but the
right.
higher temperature you go, the more it's going to look like there's smoke in there, but it's really just vaporized cannabinoids. So because
Okay.
THC's boiling point is 315 degrees, that you're going to have to hit it higher. But if you, let me see, 315 degrees is between the 3 and the 4. So if I turn it up between the 3 and the 4, or even go up to the 4, then I'll start getting the benefits of THC. But because you
Okay.
get most of your effects, well, you get the effects from the terpenes combined with the cannabinoid. So you can get effects of the terpenes alone without the THC boiling point, but I feel that the with the entourage effect, it's going to give you more of the anesthesia. Wait, what is the word? Anesthetic. You know, when it doesn't hurt as much
Yes,
anymore.
yes.
Make the pain go away.
The analgesic or
I don't
something
even
like
need to
that.
blow it in here.
Okay. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. So this is the little bamboo filter I was telling you about that I'm going to send to you to
Hold
have
on, I
you try
can't
out.
hear you. I'm bummed out. Hold on. I'm not wondering if it's since I turned this on, if it's affecting, because it only happened once I turned that on. Okay, talk now.
Is that better?
You
No?
sound like that better.
Oh no.
It might
Hmm.
just be my old headphones. My son gave me these. They're gaming headphones.
Okay.
Talk now.
Talk now. Can you hear me now? I feel like we're on that
I can
commercial.
hear you, but it's
Like I said, it could just
hmm.
be my voice too. Who knows?
Let me see. What if we do this? What if I take this out and I take this just through the computer? Talk now.
Is that better?
Trolley headphones. Process of
You mean I
elimination.
don't sound like a tin robot?
Yeah. No, I mean it was it who was the guy, the genius dude in the wheelchair?
Oh, Stephen Hawking?
Yes, that's what you sounded like.
Oh my God. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Now I want to hear through your headphones. So what I was trying to say is actually this, I wanted to show you. This is that bamboo filter I was telling you
Oh
about.
wow.
It's by Heirloom and
Oh nice.
they have different scents. This one's citron. So like when you blow your smoke through here, it actually doesn't come out this end. It just stays inside. It's got like HIPAA filter is not the right way because that's isn't that like the medical thing?
Yeah.
But but it's so anyway, it's got some sort of filter. It comes with a little card that explains it. But
Oh,
when you blow it, it'll this one's citron or there's lavender, but they're good for like 100 uses or something. I don't know. They're portable. You can stick them in your pocket, take them with, and use them anywhere.
huh.
Um,
Do
but
you
since I
replace
don't,
the filter or do you have to replace the whole unit?
I think you replace the whole unit. I don't know. I just got them in. But that's why I'm gonna send you one so you can try it out and give me a review so I can send it back to the company. But this is one of the products that I got to do on my Pot Water Presents product testing hour or whatever. I don't know. I'm still noodling a lot of this stuff. So
That's so
um,
cool.
but
Yeah,
yeah, I was
totally.
when you brought up because I used to do the toilet paper roll thing too, but I don't know if you can see
Oh yeah, it's
inside.
a charcoal. It looks like charcoal.
And then like this is the other,
Oh, nice. Okay.
and so it's got their little logo thing on it somewhere too.
Oh,
But
nice.
they have like they have a couple different ones. This is the big one. So like if you take really big hits, or like you
Wow.
have a group of people, there's this one. This is like the Big Daddy. And then they
That one
actually
must be
have
a
a
lot
set.
more than 100 uses, huh?
Yeah, and so, like, that's what I'm gonna use when I have my tea parties, so people can try smoke there and then use that and, like, have a little alcohol wipe in between if they need it, and,
Okay.
but they even have, like, this set too that has an air freshener with it, and so you get the little vaporizer and then an air freshener that's
Oh,
made with, odor neutralizer pure natural oils, water, natural plant oils, and proprietary blend is what it says. But
huh.
there's like mint and lavender and but I'm like, yeah, for I think it's like $15 for
Not
one of
bad.
them. And then like the kit with the spray and the thing are like 26, but I'm like, anything we can find to be able to use our products
Yeah.
um
Use our
and not
medicine
have to
in
carry
places.
around a toilet paper roll
Yeah.
because that's how we always did it, is toilet paper roll and dryer sheets. So, but yeah, that was my little stick on that.
That's
So
really
I'll get your
cool.
address and send you one of these so you can tell me what
Okay.
you think.
All right. Yeah, awesome. Sounds awesome. Where did so is there anything else you want to know? I mean, where did we leave off?
Just going over like what are your favorite things to help you stay sober? One of the things that I use is this Ojai CBD drink.
Oh, okay,
Um,
yeah.
and the local beer and wine store actually started getting these in to help me stay sober. So yeah,
Nice.
Portview has been one of my best allies in my
Okay.
sobriety, and everyone's like a beer and wine shop, and I'm like, yes, actually it is. They've got a couple different ones, but I'm always looking to try new ones. So if you've heard of any or there's any you like,
Well, I make my own medicine only because for affordable reasons.
hmm
So I buy CBD from organiccbdnugs.com
okay,
and then I make a tincture and then I'm a big fan of I drink like uh LaCroix, like seltzer water, and I
okay,
just put the CBD tincture in there
okay,
and do
okay.
that. Just because I know that those can get kind of expensive and you know, till I got someone else folding my laundry, I'll be drinking this stuff.
Yeah, I'm lucky that there's a local farm here, the CBD hemp farm.
Oh,
And they're
nice.
100% organic, USDA approved, all that. So I'll give you their
Yeah.
information because they're amazing.
Oh, that's
Um,
so cool.
yeah, I didn't realize how cool it was until I started talking with everyone from CCI and everything, and everybody's always scrambling to find, legitimate places, and like the soil here, Oceana County's known for their growing. We're the national asparagus capital of the world and
Wow,
all
I
this
love
crazy
asparagus.
stuff. So we grow big shit here. Uh,
Wow, I'm gonna have to come. Yeah, it's hard out here in the desert. Even our pine trees are tiny. So, I mean, up north, but they're still pretty small. Like I've had people go where I'm like, we're gonna go to the pine trees and go see Flagstaff, and they're like, these are pine trees. They're like a two and three story building is that's just, they're just tiny. So, um, yeah, I have to definitely come in. I would really love. I'm getting the itch to move again. I don't know
okay,
where I want to move, and I really I don't want to move because my mom is in a home with dementia, with Alzheimer's. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible disease. And I want to be around as much as I can until she can't, and till she just doesn't remember me anymore. And even then, I want to be there. I
right.
want to be around. But especially while she still knows my name. But when I do move on the other, I scrolled myself there. I would love to come visit you and maybe
Please
go visit.
do.
So let me tell you this. I'm starting a podcast, I like to call it.
Love it.
And and I'll be interviewing cannabis industry professionals and my plan is to first work with our tribe and then expand. There's a couple other people outside of our tribe that are on the list to be interviewed. And then I want to start getting out there to farms, and especially people who are growing organically and craft hemp and craft marijuana. Not like, and when I say craft, I mean not craft to get it 35 milligrams of THC. I don't, from what I understand, there's difficulty with for those farmers who are just using the sustainable earth methods and permaculture methods and stuff, because their levels aren't going to be as high, and that's what the demand is in the dispensaries. All these people think that the higher the THC level, the better, and that's absolutely false. It's what is the chemical makeup, what is the chemical variety, what are the terpenes, what is your desired effect? Because if you were to just take the THC, you're not going to get the kind of effect that you're looking for. When I say effect, I mean, pain relief, anxiety relief, insomnia relief, PTSD relief. You're not going to get that if you didn't have the terpenes that you are looking for those issues. So it's not, I mean, you could probably get, I mean, I've heard through my teachers at Trichome Institute that you can get a cannabis with 15% THC, tested at 15% THC, with an amazing terpene profile, and get more high, if that's what you're looking for, from that than you can from one that's 35% THC with a lower or a not as robust terpene profile. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, and if you're interested in learning any more of that, I highly suggest going through the interpening program through Trichome Institute, because it's like the cannabis sommelier
Ooh, yeah.
certification. So I got level 1, and it gets really in depth with all the way down to terroir and the regions, and the
Wow.
differences about how if you have Blue Dream from California, it's going to be different than Blue Dream from Colorado, because of the region, because of maybe Colorado, it's grown indoors, and in California, Northern California, it's grown outdoors. And
Right.
so it's going to be different. You may not be getting the same effects. So what it teaches you is how to smell and how to look at it, how to determine if it's a sativa or indica by the nodes of the branching, how robust or petite the pistils are. And then you get these really awesome oop, oop, life struggles. No.
I know my husband and daughter call me T-Rex, so I have those little grabbers.
So they give you, when you get the interpreting program, the whole kit and caboodle thing, you get the interpreting loops and stuff. And you learn how to assess the quality of
Ooh,
the cannabis to be able to weed better. That's their thing. I got a t-shirt, an interpreting t-shirt. It says weed better on it.
I love it.
And yeah, so a lot of it has to do with how you are feeling with the trigeminal nerve and all of the nerve endings that are in your face when you smell the cannabis. Where on the nose are you feeling it? And training your nose, just like a wine sommelier would do, with uh, assessing the quality. You can smell if there's when you get really good, you can smell if there's like sort of a chemical undertone or if there's mold or you know what I'm saying? So it's
A skill
and
everybody needs to have.
yeah, unfortunately, most since COVID, most dispensaries won't let you smell their stuff anymore, but hopefully we'll get back to a place where we can. But yeah, like I'm growing autoflower right now. It's been just a wintertime experiment here in the desert, and the pinene and terpenoline of this is just off the charts. It's an autoflower. It's a Jack Herrera autoflower, and I wanted to grow it. I'm not a pinene and a terpenoline person because it's too uplifting for me, and I find that that's the ones that are going to give me more of that anxious feeling. But
Right.
I heard that Jack Herrera is a gentleman's weed. I heard that on a blog that it gives you good conversation. Like you can go down rabbit
Ooh,
holes with conversations of intellect and stuff. And I'm like, ooh, I want that.
ooh,
So
that sounds fine.
so I bought some seeds and I've got one growing right now. And so I'll let
I
you know.
can't wait to see how it goes for you. I'm
Yeah, I
excited to
mean,
hear about it.
it's only my second plant I've ever grown, and the colas on it are about that big, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
I tried to grow one recently and it didn't even get out of the solo cup. I mean, like I cannot grow to save my life. So I'm gonna have to hop on like they were talking today about the different grow things because yeah, like I am where houseplants go to die. My
That
husband is
has helped
amazing.
me a lot.
Okay.
That one
Okay.
is that one has helped me a lot. And then there's a guy by the name of Adine that goes that's in the community, and he has this kit, and I'm gonna give him a review because this plant is from the stuff in that kit.
Okay.
um I need to take pictures and give him a review of he sends nutrients and gloves and trimmers and
Oh
a bag
wow.
and all that stuff, and so yeah, I am definitely going to buy the nutrients that he sends in that kit,
Okay.
and for my next plants that I'm going to grow. So yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. You'll have to send pictures.
Yeah, I will definitely send pictures. So well, that is about it. I have maintenance. I always make it basically. Let me just add this. I find that it's very important that you stay consistent with your cannabis dosing when using it for sobriety purposes because we want to keep our endocannabinoid system healthy. We want to make sure we're moving our bodies. We want to make sure that we're giving ourselves self love and doing meditation. If it's really hard to meditate, look me up and I have packages for yoga nidra coaching. Or there's packages for just yoga nidra without the coaching. I have my online school. So this is my YouTube QR code. That's for the YouTube. Um, and then I don't think, oh, that one's for my website. This one's for my website. I can show it to you. Anyone can take, I'm going to be transferring this over to my newer website.
Okay.
It's going to go along with because it's going to be the same URL.
Okay.
So in case anybody ever wants to pause that video and take a picture with their phone, they should be able to do it via this video.
Okay. And I'm
Um,
gonna try to post like links to all your stuff in the comments below this video is what I've been
okay,
trying to
cool.
do as well.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm like, I love QR codes. They're so
I
easy.
know. Aren't they so
Oh,
easy?
these are my business cards. All it just says on this side, I was doing the got milk thing for a little while. So I
Oh,
got anxiety, got stress,
yeah.
and just flip it over and then
Nice.
so that it wasn't my actual business card, but it was, you know, a
Yeah.
supplement. I was leaving them at dispensaries and stuff like that. So
Nice.
yeah, they don't like that so much. I found.
It depends on the ones though, because I found some that were like really cool and wanted to ask questions and got a hold of me later. And I think it just like with anywhere, it depends on the place.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, so this was an awesome conversation. I really
Yes.
appreciate it. I look forward to when I can have you on my podcast.
I would be honored. I would love to do that. And I thank you so much for coming on tonight. It was so lovely to sit and chat with you and to learn about all your fun things. And you are such an amazing human that I'm so glad to have connected with. So, anybody watching this, make sure you look up Rose Velasco Coaching. She is phenomenal. And you're just going to kick yourself for not doing it sooner. So, that's the only regret is that it's taken me 44 years to find you, but I found you now. And so we'll cut this short because we both have to get to JJ's premiere tonight. So look up Naturalistically Now. There's a video about cannabis and cancer. So that's where Rose and I are going to be heading after we get off this call. I want to thank you again for coming to this episode of Pot Waters Presents with Rose Velasco.
Thank you. Namaste, Jai Bhagwan.
What she said.
Jai Bhagwan means victory to the spirit.
I'll take it. All right. Thanks, Rose.
Thank you so much.